So if you're familiar with cross canter, or I guess if you're not familiar, the thing with it is that it costs half a bar. It's like an alpha counter mechanic. You can use it in block stun with forward AB, and it's actually like a pretty tricky thing to bait. And it's really good in timeout situations. Like one of the best uses of it is to actually take your turn back when they start offense on you with their back to the corner. Like an offensive cross canter is really good. So like if I poke out and they block, like cross canter is a really good way to get your turn back. And it actually does like a pretty decent amount of red health damage as well. It's great in timeout scenarios, right? It's a really powerful tool, and answers to it are a little bit weird. One thing that you can do is you can go into something invincible. Depending on how much invuln it has, it can be really easy. So, like for example, as Velvet, you can DP. Like if I know that Arizona is going to try to cross canter me on the second hit, then I can DP, and I could go into super or combo off it, whatever it is Velvet players do. Tien can 70, to make it whiff. That's another thing, is that cross canter has a lot of recovery and whiff that you can basically punish it with whatever you want. I believe Oli can 2-2D, don't quote me on that. But for the most part, characters all have like a specific option that they can do against it if you're looking for it. The tricky part, and this is something people don't know, is that you can't cancel into something invuln to beat cross canter if you already Gatling 2 normal. It's like if I do like 2A, 2B, 2C like that, if they cross canter after I've already committed to the 2C, then I can't cancel into DP. So what you want to do when you read cross canter is you want to stop the normal there, wait for like the green flash, and then do the move that you want to beat it. It's important to learn the timing for whatever option your character has against it, because sometimes you have to do it way later just to make the invuln last, because cross canter does have quite a bit of active frames. Like if you try to do it with Arizona Super, for example, that is something that doesn't have super long invuln. So if you do it too early, you'll just trade with the cross canter, which is not what you want. The other thing you can do with cross canter is throw it. So like if you do a 2A and you see the startup for it, you can actually throw it. I'm very bad at doing it for some reason, but it is something you can do. I'd actually say that scenario tends to happen on accident more than anything else. But yeah, one of the other things about it, I mean, I mentioned before, it's really good for taking a turn back in the corners. So another way you can bait it is like from a jump in. Like if I'm doing like, I don't know, JA with Velvet, and they want to cross canter during it, that's like a pretty safe way to recover. Or a 2A, or like a 5A on most characters, as long as they don't do it super early, you'll be able to block in time. If they do it like at the first frame, like immediately after they block the 2A, then usually there's like not a lot you can do about it. I don't know if I could get that timing without like testing it, but it is a scenario that comes up. So yeah, that's basically it. That's just some of the ways you deal with cross canter. It is a very powerful mechanic, and at the top level, players are using it more and more to take their turn. So these are just some of the options you can use in order to be aware of it. It's not really something that's reactable. You can kind of react to the green flash, but you have to be looking for it. You're not going to be able to just raw react to it if it's not on the stack already. The last thing is, for testing cross canter in training mode, there's no for it. The way that I do it, and I think this is the way most people do it, is I just set a dummy to do like a really fast forward A plus B, and then while they're in block stun, I'll tap my play button, and that's like how I test against cross canter right now. So yeah, you should look into the ways your characters can deal with it. It's a pretty big part of high level play right now. It's a super powerful defensive mechanic, and especially because IB is more prevalent, getting the meter, like the half bar, to work on cross canter is not something that's as hard to do. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope this helped.